He rose from nothing and changed the destiny of a nation. These are the timeless words of a man whose wisdom built courage, hope, and strength. Abraham Lincoln. Listen carefully, one quote might change your life forever. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. I'm a slow walker, but I never walk back. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. Whatever you are, be a good one. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. The struggle of today is not altogether for today. It is for a vast future also. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Character is like a tree, and reputation is its shadow. The shadow is what we think of it, the tree is the real thing. You can fool all the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. Most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. You cannot build character and courage by taking away a man's initiative and independence. If there is anything that a man can do well, I say let him do it. Give him a chance. You can have anything you want if you are willing to give up the belief that you can't have it. Success is going from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. Determine that the thing can and shall be done, and then we shall find the way. I destroy my enemies when I make them my friends. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. Those who write clearly have readers. Those who write obscurely have commentators. A man watches his pear tree day after day, impatient for the ripening of the fruit. Let him attempt to force the process, and he may spoil both fruit and tree. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. No man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or rejoice because thorn bushes have roses. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. You cannot help men permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. If I had 9 hours to cut down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 sharpening my axe. The people will save their government if the government itself will allow them. You can't escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I am in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. That is the way of a whole human being. You cannot help the poor by destroying the rich. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking what I want to say. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. If you would win a man to your cause, first convince him that you are his sincere friend. I never had a policy. I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. Important principles may and must be inflexible. The best way to get a bad law repealed is to enforce it strictly. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea. But if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. Public opinion in this country is everything. You cannot fail unless you quit trying. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. He has a right to criticize who has a heart to help. If you would win a man to your cause, convince him first that you are his sincere friend. It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. The best way to predict your future is to create it. I do not like that man. I must get to know him better. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. You cannot strengthen the weak by weakening the strong. If you once forfeit the confidence of your fellow citizens, you can never regain their respect and esteem. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak. If there is anything that a man can do well, let him do it. Give him a chance. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. If we could first know where we are and whither we are tending, we could then better judge what to do and how to do it. My experience has taught me that a man who has no vices has damned few virtues. Tact is the ability to describe others as they see themselves. The best way to predict your future is to create it. People are just as happy as they make up their minds to be. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. I have been driven many times to my knees by the overwhelming conviction that I had nowhere else to go. When I hear a man preach, I like to see him act as if he were fighting bees. When you have an elephant by the hind legs and he is trying to run away, it's best to let him run. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can. And I mean to keep on doing so until the end. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. Government of the people, by the people, for the people shall not perish from the earth. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves. To sin by silence when they should protest makes cowards of men. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. If you look for the bad in people expecting to find it, you surely will. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. I leave you hoping that the lamp of liberty will burn in your bosoms until there shall no longer be a doubt that all men are created free and equal. Lincoln's voice still echoes through time, reminding us that strength isn't born from power but from persistence. Keep walking forward even if the path is slow, because true greatness never walks backward. If his words touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep this wisdom alive and inspire more hearts every day.